This is what our problems in Watertown, Massachusetts, and there was a power plant that had a spill of mercury, arsenic, and lead.
So I am Kailey and I am a government worker and I like to swim.
Okay,
I'm Jeffrey. My occupation is I work for the blind school, and my house is on the Charles River where the spill was.
okay, I'm Marcus O'Shearl, a small business owner, and I have a business near the Charles River.
Okay, so what is Watertown? So Watertown is a little town in eastern Massachusetts, about 6 miles northwest of Boston on the Charles River. And it's an average-sized town, and the current population is about 32,000, and with the top two leading ethnic groups being white, with 78% and Hispanic at 7.5%.
Okay, so why is water crisis important? Due to the water population pollution, it's a huge health risk to the population of Watertown, and it hurts the marine life and the wildlife near it, and it's overall affecting the environment.
So who does this impact? So the water crisis for Watertown is affecting public sector organizations, as well as impacts numerous fish species and habitat quality. And around, the biggest problem is about 20,000 people a day visit the lower watershed, which is located in the Charles River, and people like to go swim and enjoy canoe activities.
Why should you, the City Council, care? The City Council should care because this problem directly affects you guys and us. In the river, it has been contaminated by mercury, lead, and arsenic, and the river leads to water sources for the people, and all these things put everyone in major health risk if this problem isn't fixed quickly. What happens if the City Council doesn't care? People in the town may get poisoned, toxified, and other health issues may occur. If mercury is inhaled, it will first attack you in the lungs. From there, it will spread to your brain and the blood. This poison could cause sleep disorders, agitation, paralysis, and in extreme measures, it may also kill you. If arsenic enters the body, you may have to get your blood cells replaced, and if it's digested, you have to get your bowels removed. Arsenic is allowed, but you're allowed 10 parts per billion, but in the spill, there's more than that, and if that enters your body, you will have elevated blood levels.
So what the City Council should do to fix the water crisis? Putting in a large-scale filtration system in the Charles River to cleanse the water from contaminants. And the cost of this entire filtration system would cost from $400,000 to $700,000, and the sources of money would be fundraising, or if the government would allow tax deductions of the people of Watertown for a temporary fix, or if, since the big industrial power plants were the cause of this pollution, if they would pay a portion of the cost, so they take some responsibility in the spill.
Also, with the spill, they were fined $2.75 billion, so some of that money will be used to pay for these filtration systems. So this is one of my images, and that's water directly from the Charles River, where some people have to swim in, and if we don't do something, people will also have to drink that.
This is my picture, and it's basically of some nasty water that could basically have to lead to having to drink it, and it's very not good, as Kolten said, if you drink it.
Okay, so even though this isn't of the Charles River, I think this is important because overall this is a good quote, because if you take care of the water takes care of you. So since you ingest the water takes care of you by hydrating you and keeping you overall healthy. But if you drink unhealthy water, it does more harm than good.
These are good citations. Thank you.
Based on your description that the water sounds down kind of scary, would you recommend a ban of swimming or recreational activities in the river until it's cleaned up?
Okay, so yes, and they tried to do that for a temporary time, but there are so many people that go down there. There's 20,000 a day, so that's kind of everyone wants a quick fix to it. So yes, I do recommend like a ban for a temporary time until it gets all fixed.
How long do you think that would have to be to have a ban? What is the time frame of that?
I'm not too sure. I think we have the filters that we're going to try to put in, and so maybe until that all kind of resolves and we get tests back and results to make sure that nothing harmful is in the water, so we don't give false information.
You mentioned increased tax deductions as one of your proposals. A deduction is when people would pay less taxes. So I'm not sure how you would get more money that way.
I think that was my fault of wrong vocabulary use. I
What kind of taxes do you intend
I
to
would
raise?
I would want to ask the government to have the taxes increase for a temporary time period, so they would collect a good amount of money to pay for the large scale filtration systems.
Have there been research done on the health effects since the spill?
No.
Have you guys seen any difference being, residents? Can you tell me a little bit about, your personal experience swimming? Do you still swim on the Charles River?
So I am a recreational swimmer, and that's what I like to do. So it's I used to go down to the river every morning to swim, and so now I don't do that anymore, and it puts a toll on my health. And there's always a large amount of people that are just out the river, but they can't go in.
Kind of the same line on that. You mentioned you're a small business owner. I was curious how many. A lot of this is recreational activities that are being affected, and I was wondering if there are businesses on this particular river that maybe rent canoes or are truly affected by the decrease in recreational activity.
Yeah, since it's a big hotspot in the recreational use, yeah, there's large scale kayaks and canoes used to explore the Charles River, but since it's so the pollution level is so high and the level of harmful contaminants in the water is so at an elevated point, I believe it's unsafe for it, but still people still rent and use kayaks and canoes in the river even though it's unsafe water level.